Ainda bem que eu passei ao lado de uma carreira de cantor mesmo. Uau! Né? Passei mesmo ao lado. Mas só mesmo a cena, eu descobri qual é que é o stress que está a acontecer aqui, man. Yeah, eu descobri. É basicamente. É o quê? A Elgato não queria conflito com o OBS. Não queria. Ela não queria conflito. Só que. A jogar este jogo. Faz com que haja conflito, man. Não é estranho? Não é bem esquisito? Bem esquisito. Bem. Não sei o que é que o jogo tem. Faz criar conflito. Estranho. Bem, vamos ver agora. Vamos a isto. Lá ia eu pegar o comando da Xbox. É isso mesmo. Pega o comando da Xbox. Porque estás a jogar na Xbox e tudo. Até porque tu nem tens Xbox. Tenho o comando da Xbox para o PC. Portanto, yeah. Bem, deixa-me só colocar-me aqui bem para vocês. É. Calma. Rover. Calma, Rover. Estamos bem assim, não estamos? Pois, eu preciso de ver se tem som, espera aí. Está ótimo, Zé. Está ótimo. Também se não estiver ótimo, a gente manda foder. Bem, nós estamos aqui na missão de que... entretanto temos novos convites, né? Já experimentei este bacana, é muito fixe. Esta não gosto muito. Eu não gosto muito de personagens com pistola. Tipo, eu acho que com pistola a única que eu curti mais foi mesmo a Carlota, mas ela também dá golpes, portanto, yeah. Agora, tipo, pistola, eu não sou muito fã de pistola, de personagens com pistola. Eu gosto mais dos de espada, mas...
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Foda-se, eles metem a Rover a falar para caraças. A Rover quando mete é... Leave the past behind, leave the past behind. Eu gosto mais de personagem com espada, mas se bem que também gosto destes assim. Ok? Também gosto destes. Mas se dos três eu puder ter 2 de espada e um assim, top. Se tiver os 3 de espada, top. Eu tenho os 3 de espada, né? Tenho a Cartacia de espada, a Dungeon de espada e a Rover de espada. Mas eu se calhar vou substituir aqui a Dungeon, que a Dungeon acaba por ser a mais fraquinha. Ela é a mais fofinha. Ela é a mais fofa, ó.
Sometimes I get a little carried away in battles. I didn't startle you, did I?
A Dungeon é a mais fofa, deve ser a personagem mais fofa que eu tenho. Mas não é tão forte, das 3 não é. E eu gostei, eu experimentei esta é bacana, a miudita é bacaninha. A miudita é bacaninha, só que eu não tenho agora nível, né? Tenho que upar, elas estão no nível 60. Ela vai até 50 ainda. Em termos de armas, ela já vai até os 60, está tudo em 60. Ok? Portanto, já. E nós temos que ir aonde, meu Deus? Temos que ir aonde? Temos que ir fazer isto. Eu queria ver se quando acabasse este evento, esta quest, eu ia fazer esta aqui, mano. Eu ia fazer esta. Ok? Mas eu tenho que terminar aquela. Não está foda. Preciso terminar aquela para ir para esta. Yeah. Também são... Eu já estive nisto aqui. Ainda não joguei nada, mas já entrei. Aqui temos de dar unlock. Isto é o quê? Isto é ir tirando fotos ao longo do mapa. Assim, eu já tenho ali, olha ali. Nível 6, que já estou. Isto também já não me lembro o que é, mas já fiz qualquer merda. Pronto. Esta também já podemos ir. Este temos unlock ainda. Eu quero ver se fazia esta e esta, mano. Isto também já tive. Isto basicamente é a gente, tipo, é mesmo entramos nos filmes, não sei o que. É bem esquisito, uma cena bem da marada. Onde eu tive também foi na da outra maluca, mano. da outra maluca, mano. Eu vou-vos mostrar quem é que é a outra maluca. Uma história desta maluca aqui, ó. Desta aqui, uma história desta. Uma historinha desta bacana da Lumi. Yeah. Uma historinha que a gente estava a fazer. Eu entrei lá sem querer, mano. Foi sem querer que eu entrei. Portanto, yeah. Bem, entretanto, temos cenas para fazer, né? Estamos na história da Carsatia, Flor de Lis, Carlota, Róquia e Lupa. Meu Deus, o molho delas, né? Bem, já foi ali, né? É. Por algum motivo, mano, este jogo na Elgato faz conflito. Caralho, isto é uma arena gladiadores, mano. Ó Lupa! Ó Lupa! Estás onde? Estás onde? Lupinha, estás onde? Ah, isto a gente já cá teve, a gente já teve aqui. Vai lá ver. Já não deve faltar muito para terminar este ato. A gente já tivemos o confronto contra a Mia. A Lupa contra a Mia.
I destroyed the experimental unit, pursued the Threnodium, and defeated the Lioness of Glory it controlled. Then, I came across this place. You remember how the Threnodium took on a part of the Sentinel's knowledge and permissions, yes? For the Sentinel, the information stolen was their very memories. For this reason, even the Sentinel forgot that before merging with the Threnodium, they transferred some of their knowledge to the central hub in Septimalt.
The knowledge they would later forget.
It was a secret, one the Threnodian should never learn. The Sentinel moved it there for safekeeping. Within it, I found a special frequency. A part of it felt like yours. I believe it's what the Sentinel left for you, so I took it.
Huh?
It seems like a clue. The true secret they left for you is not here, but in that direction. You see, before I came to meet you, I passed by the city of Septimalt. The arena I destroyed has been restored, but in the people's hearts, it's still the Righteous One and Lupa who claimed victory. The Fraxidus' power to reshape reality is deeper than we realized. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. I once believed the Threnodians sought to use the Fraxidus to regain power, but its true goal is the central hub. I believe it's due to this secret the Sentinel has hidden.
That direction, it leads to the hunting grounds. The blight cloud still lingers there. When the high tide comes, Septimontians hunt and cull the spawning tacit discords.
The dark tide connects everything. I cannot pinpoint where the Sentinel's message lies. I'm afraid you must go there yourself.
Bota.
But the worst of the storm has passed. Let's take a moment to rest.
Tem uma graça.
Will you be our tour guide? Show us the sights and glories of Septimalt?
Não sei se a carta tia sabe, mas ela vai comigo à mesma. Ela diz, tens que ir só tu. Mas ela vai também.
Golden flags and the sound of wind chimes.
Ela é que não
Of
sabe.
course, it would be my honor. But before we go, there's something I need to do first.
A Lupa parece que tem tipo um sotaque irlandês.
Travel through a silver veil above the
It's Mia's sword. I went through a lot to bring it back.
shining path, the stars reveal.
The monster is gone now. Like so many Septimontian heroes whose bodies were never recovered, I wanted to return her weapon. This is where she gave her life. I can't say if she loved or hated Septimont more.
Carved into stone. The land ignites,
But
reveals
she once spoke of the bloodleaf viburnum. It's a tribute often given to gladiators by their supporters. So, I think she would have wanted to rest here.
Griffins call, banners gold,
It's beautiful.
arms beyond the glossy
Our city. The city of glory. The people here love to drink, laugh, carve statues, and hunt. It burns like fire, drenched in both victory and defeat. It holds all our disappointments and all our hopes.
Complete. Puto, que jogo. Ei, mano. Até mete nojo, puto. Até mete nojo, mano. Porra, meu. Epa. Então, como é que é? Estás bem? Estás bem aqui? Então, vocês estão bacanas aqui? Morreu aqui alguém, não foi? Quem é que morreu aqui? Puto, que jogo bom, mano. Pensem num jogo bom, mano. Pensem num jogo bom. Epá, porra. Ah, mas quanto é que custa esse jogo? Ah, quanto é que custa? Não custa nada, mano. Não custa nada. Bem, não custa a porra de um chavo. E é bom para caralho, gente. Né? Jogo bom, mano. Eu estava com esta cena de tipo, eu vou começar e o capítulo vai terminar de certeza. Porque a gente já fizemos a batalha no anterior, né? Boss Challenge. Ganhamos aqui um novo. Nameless. Lady of the Sea não é a Mia, é? Fenrico, olha o Fenrico. Vocês têm que ir fazer estas merdas. Aliás, há aqui alguns que tem que ser mesmo. Por exemplo, Lioness of Glory é poupar a carta tia. Pois a carta tia também é mesmo difícil, né? É difícil. É. Difícil. Então, Claim All não dá? Ih, fui roubado. Xiii, fui roubado, mano. O jogo roubou-me. O jogo roubou-me. Bem, e aqui não ganhámos merda nenhuma, né? Ah, ganhámos, boa. Olha, isso. O aumentou dois puto, eu não fiz nada. 2 níveis. Fiz nada, não fiz merda nenhuma. Ok, aqui não tens. Pô, mas tu já estás no nível... Espera, estás no nível... 45. 45. Bem, eu não vou continuar esta quest para já. Deixa-me ver se continua a ser o Rinascita. É, Rinascita Ato 7. Eu não vou já. Eu vou fazer um evento, ok? Eu não vou já. Vamos aproveitar para fazer um evento. Eu só queria terminar aquilo para podermos fazer qualquer merdinha que está aqui. Eu vou fazer esta missão, ok? Vou fazer esta missão aqui. Track. Vamos para aqui. Para aqui. Ok. E pá, vou fazer esta. Vou fazer esta, senão... Porra, senão não faço eventos nenhuns, man. Faço só história. Graças, parecia a Cantarela. Cantarela. Elas têm aqui no meio, isto é aquela bacana que vende pizza, não é? É, faz a começar a missão com uma tempestade que não se pode, não se pode. Parece cá. Só depressões por todo lado. Ah, não consigo. Ah, entre as 8 e as 12. Como é que eu sei que horas é que são? Como é que eu sei que horas é que são? Oh, Robert, tens bem algum relógio aqui? Ah, está ali L2, puto. Ah, nem sabia. Às 8 da matina, né? 8 da matina. Bora. Quer dizer que a chavala já estava a dormir, né? Aquela, como é que ela chama? Xiaokuna. Xiaokuna. Eu só vos queria dizer uma coisa. Malta que é do Brasil. Eu estou a dizer Xiaokuna porque se a gente ler isto, se a gente ler o nome desta personagem em português de Portugal, Zeta. Zeta. Entenderam? Pronto. Por isso é que eu estou a dizer Xiaokuna. Também. Sabem o que é que rima com lambreta? No Brasil? Exatamente. Então, Carlota! Estás boa? Já não devia um molho. Como é que é? Estás boa? Então.
Rover, fancy running into you here.
Ai, adoro o sotaque da Carlota. É tipo aquele sotaque inglês-italiano. É lindo.
Miss Margarita asked me to sample her newest pizza. But
As
my
pizza.
goodness, these portions.
Pizza! Ah, que puta, meu. Mas quem vai ficar contente com isso? O Abi. Olha, filha da mãe está aqui. Está aqui o filho da mãe.
What the Order's acolytes found while clearing the abandoned library. A manuscript of a poem with an accompanying music sheet. The public has already caught wind of its contents. Did you know it was signed as
Adoro quando o jogo introduz assim personagens tipo aleatórios, NPCs à toa, né? Do nada, estão ali dois gajos a falar e elas a ouvir a conversa.
I reckon the original finder fished it out the sea and put it in the library, not knowing what it was.
Shh, quiet. They're criminals. Best not mention them in public.
Ai, os criminosos.
Shh. That name is not to be spoken of in
Mas eu
Ragusa.
não... Ah, eu falei.
Simply put, the Golden Anthem was once a renowned poets' society. Their 3 members were once the Sentinel's cantors, but the Order banished them for insulting the divinity. Allegedly, their pilgrim sail caught fire and
Tu estás a
none
querer dizer o
on
quê?
board
Que a
survived,
Xiaokuna pertence?
and thus their last known work disappeared.
Já encontramos ela.
Since the manuscript is no longer secret, how does the tune sound?
Give me a second. Let me think. Hear that? It's exactly what they're playing now.
Sai daí. Pumba. Carlota não brinca. É o filho da mãe que está ali, meu.
Well, it would appear they were possessed by
E está ele,
demons,
o
just as
fósforo.
this very article suggests.
É? O fósforo. Não, fósforo.
Friends, it's been too long.
Não.
I gather you were also listening in on that conversation about the gold.
Ui, eu não percebi. Mas este gajo é mau, é bom.
What did you mean by
Eu não percebo o que é que se passa com este bacano.
Resentful of the order's verdict, they
Está
committed
metido
to
até aos
bring a
dentes com
curse
a...
on Rinascita and Raguna.
Como é que ela se chama?
Those favored by the
Frolova.
divinity were the most willing to raise the blade
Frolova
of
também não sei se é má, se não é.
Alone
A
you
gente já lutamos
have
com
to
ela,
make
mas...
divinity bleed and doctrines crumble. Though they died in exile to a great fire, their resentment festered in their music and poetry, transforming into horrors known as daemons. Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the land and burn all of Raguna.
Raguna.
This article was recently published in the Raguna Literary Journal. Quite the perspective, wouldn't you say? Vengeance born of resentment. Such dark and twisted characters are hard to resist. Perhaps someone unwittingly played that tune just now and opened the plushies to possession by the demons.
Está espetacular.
Then
Mas
again, it's all conjecture.
ele tem um defeito
Those in
gigante.
the Poet Society died years ago. And who's to say what
Que acaba por não ser defeito. É para mim. Para mim é.
If those vengeful spirits really
Que
do exist, well,
as missões,
out of all the
os
patrons
capítulos
here,
da história
they went straight for you, Rover.
são longos para caraças. São muito
By
longos.
the way, it just so happens that
Porque é
I
que isso é
made a
problema
copy
para
of
mim?
the
Porque eu não tenho tempo.
Society's last work. Here, take
Eu venho aqui, faço uma
Consider
missão
it
e
a little
acabou.
souvenir from your spirited encounter. Maybe it'll prove useful later. Goodbye, friends. A change of venue is in order. I must finish my play.
Ai, é puto. Tu. Isso tudo. Isso tudo é para eu ler? Pronto.
Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the land and burn all of Raguna. Unverifiable, yes, but not entirely dismissible. That said,
Eu
the
adoro,
queer
adoro.
entity did indeed
Adoro
manifest
sotaque
and it
diferente,
attacked
adoro.
you. So, let's start at the very beginning. I have a friend who's an expert in deciphering music. I believe you've met her before. She who resembles Topaz should still be near Whisperwind Haven at this hour.
Bora. Golden Anthem. Ah, mas também está sempre a chover aqui, pá.
Wind guide me.
Olha. Que é tu? Ah, tá, é daqueles ali. Caraças. Vamos lá. Se calhar podia ter feito viagem rápida, mas isto é bonito assim, né? Ir assim, ver a cena. Ver a cena. Este já está, né? Não tá? Tá. Ok.
In Hellworld, poetry
Caralho, isto é
and music
cutscene.
hold equal
As
sway.
cutscenes são muito boas.
Listen carefully.
É a Tchaukuna. Deve estar para aí a cantar, né? As cutscenes estão muito boas, muito bonitas.
Follow the song to find her.
Rover! Carlotta! It's been too long.
You really must adore that song. I remember hearing you sing it when I was little. When I was a child, whenever I passed by Chacona's house, I'd always hear music drifting from the courtyard. Lively, spirited, and so full of emotion.
I remember it well. Those 2 guards of yours were like giants from Septimont. Easily 200 pounds of pure muscle.
Back then, Chacona's family conducted the Order's choir.
How should I put it? Well, as they say, families are always rising and falling. But a song is a song, whether sung in a grand hall or beneath the open sky. As for family matters, let the past stay where it belongs. Anyway, the 2 of you came in such a hurry. I suppose you're not here to take in the music? So you eavesdropped on a man rambling on in C3 Sharp, and then, poof, out pops a monster. Let me see. It should sound something like this. About that, Sharp Rover. I know, right? We should suggest to Miss Margarita that she add new signage. Sing with civility. It starts with us.
Can we discuss restaurant etiquette later?
Of course. But I still need to know what kind of music could possibly have the power to conjure up those monsters of yours. The Golden Anthem. That name should never be spoken. They're criminals. To conspire with them is to risk banishment at sea. Or worse.
Don't worry. This won't be the first time we've crossed paths with the Order.
Fine. From what you've told me, the composers of this poem cursed Rinascita, spelling the fall of Raguna. When the poem is played, some type of horror appears. If I understand correctly, that's what attacked you and Carlotta. If you ask me, this story is a right load of codswallop. I don't believe a simple little poem could curse Rinascita.
Then you...
We need to get to the heart of this poem and music mystery. Let me join you. I can't resist a good adventure. I'll help you find the link between the music and those daemons. But in return, I want you to hand these pages to me for safekeeping. Then we have a deal. Since you believe this music summons them, how about we test it for ourselves? I've already memorized the sheet music.
It's risky, but there's no surer way to find out. Wouldn't you agree, Rover?
The final work of poets banished to distant seas and condemned to death. What, I wonder, did the verses forged in flames truly sing of?
They are just like the ones that attacked us in the restaurant.
Ui.
A divine envoy then. Strike! No mercy.
Swift and resolute, one with the sound. You will obey.
Espera, como é que eu... Ah, é no L1.
For silence beckons. Sounding the death knell. What form do you look for? The tide. My blade. Purge all evil.
Thanks for watching!
Boa. Ela não é má, mas... Pistolinha... Não é mesmo a minha cena. Mas não é má, não é má. Não é má.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all. With our bodies to fuel the fire, the ensuing furnace shall forge Raguna's true gold. Is it saying Raguna will burn to the ground?
They wanted their resentment to echo through the streets. Just by reading this, I can almost see their terrifying faces in the fire.
These voices. They're people of Raguna, aren't they? I think I heard Mr. C3 Sharp in the mix.
If the poet's resentful souls gave birth to daemons, then shouldn't they sound like the poets themselves? Those voices were just people who read or heard their work.
Perhaps the voices themselves are what causes the daemons to manifest. In the legends, daemons are born of death and curses. But what we've seen isn't like that, no. They're more like horrors created from people's words and imagination. Of course, I'm just speculating. The voices were somewhat muddled. Perhaps I can refine the melody. This time, we need to listen harder. Let's find out what the true story really is. This is a realm created from melodies. Music can transcend space and time to bring memories and stories to life. No. Normally, you can't perceive the frequencies in a melody. But that manuscript lets you see the world as I do. That part with the daemons should be right here.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all.
It's the same as what we heard before, but now I see something. A balance scale with a crowd of people standing on one of the pans. What are they weighing?
The two sides of the scale represent differing perspectives. Once a work is made public, its meaning no longer belongs to its creator alone, but is shaped by the interpretations of its readers. Perhaps it was a simple poem at first, nothing more. But then that article claimed it was a curse upon Raguna. Given that members of the Golden Anthem were banished on the Pilgrim's sail and died in a fire, the notion quickly took hold. No one knew exactly what happened, so they filled in the gaps with their imaginations. With motive and a complete story. Perhaps that's all it took for a lie to become the truth. Each time someone plays their last work, it summons daemons. This is the Golden Anthem's revenge and curse upon Raguna. But still, words and imagination alone cannot bring something into existence. Yes, someone must have used them to create the daemons. What if the mastermind pulling the strings from the shadows is the author of that article? Daemons are bound to their creator, so it might not be a coincidence you felt them target you at the restaurant. There could be a connection between you and this mastermind. Or perhaps they have their own reasons for wanting to be
Mastodonte.
silenced. Imagination knows no bounds. If left unchecked, such incidents will only increase. For resonators, dealing with them isn't much of a challenge. But for ordinary folk, it's enough to spark panic across the city. Finding the one pulling the strings should be our priority.
Não. Qual coisa? Hã? Qual coisa?
Let's pick up where we left off. What stories lie within these melodies?
Não quer nada replay aqui, olha aqui. Return. Uncover the story behind the melody. Ah, tenho que fazer o replay entire story, é?
What stories lie within these melodies?
Ah, tem que ser, porque este tem o certinho.
This is a realm created from melodies. Music can transcend space and time to bring memories and stories to life. No. Normally, you can't perceive the frequencies in a melody. But that manuscript lets you see the world as I do. That part with the daemons should be right here.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict.
Perhaps it was a simple poem at first. Nothing more. No
Eu vou
one
passar,
knew
porque
it.
isto está tudo igual até agora.
So they filled in the gaps with their imaginations. With motive, yes. Someone must have used them to create the daemons. What if the mastermind pulling the strings from the shadows is the author of that article? Daemons are bound
Inspiration.
to their creator, so it might not be a coincidence you felt them target you at the restaurant. There could be a connection between you and this mastermind. If the daemons are born from the public's imagination, then things will shift once we catch whoever is responsible for starting
Cadê a
this in the
legenda?
first place. This mastermind has gone to great
Não é para isso que
lengths
serve
to
ali as
twist the
tintas,
facts,
ok?
stirring fear and turning it into resentment. Maybe an attempt to cover up certain stories about the Poet Society. He must be tied to them somehow. If we can learn more about the Golden Anthem, we might be one step closer to catching him.
Ok, deu bom, deu bom, deu bom.
Music and poetry are born from kindness and hope. Yet now they've been twisted to create these monstrosities. Whoever is behind this won't just sit back and watch. The thought of confronting them is already inspiring me to write a ballad. What should I call it? Which instruments would fit?
Our enemy hides in the dark, while we remain in the light. If that's the case, we need to split up. With your tenacity and Kona's expertise, we will uncover the truth. Someone has pointed a gun at Cat's Eye. Someone ought to pull back the curtain and expose them. The family has its ways. Tracing the article's source and finding this mastermind won't be a problem.
If we find melodies connected to the Poets Society, I can bring the past into clearer focus. I've got it, Rover! I know a place where they've definitely left their mark. Let's go! Onward to new melodies!
Vamos a dar à caça dos contos,
I
é?
really admire the wind. It's free to go anywhere without restraint. If only it could carry
E aquela merda?
dreams into the hands of everyone across the world.
Que então? Ah, moeda em dinheiro. Espera aí. Esta merda spawna. Espera aí, bacana. Vai mais devagar. Esta merda spawna. Não dá para ver antes de lá chegar, ó. Isto não tem nada na água. Depois de repente, pumba. Spawna aqui. Mas isto é só moeda. Só dinheiro. Ó, não tem nada na água. Depois de repente aparece. Ó.
Ta-da! Welcome to Requiem Paradise.
Requiem. Aí, Requiem, peraí. Que não tem nada a ver com Paradise. O Requiem não tem nada a ver. Requiem e Paradise são duas coisas diferentes. Calma lá, isto até ser paraíso. A última vez que eu lá fui ver, tinha um monte de bicharada. Esquisita. Portanto, vê lá isso.
Since an instrument is an extension of the musician, it's only fitting that it's buried by the sea. May its dreams be long and sweet before returning to the waves. I'm certain this is where the poets of the Golden
É bom,
Anthem
né?
laid
Esta
their
história.
instruments
Para a
to
gente dar
rest
uma
before
acalmada
their
da
vanished.
lupa. Que a história da lupa é intensa.
What's wrong? You seem troubled. Is that what's been on your mind this whole time? I say, if the answers aren't coming, let it all go and clear your mind. To be honest, I haven't found any leads either. But worry not. This is what we bards call a bottleneck. Once, I spent 3 days just trying to find the right words to describe a tree. Couldn't do it. Not one word. So, I stood under that tree and prayed for an apple to fall on my head. You know, just like in those stories where inspiration strikes after an apple hits you. And, well, at least you get a snack out of it. The apples never fell. I stood under that tree until I couldn't any longer, but still no inspiration came.
Olha. Nasceu uma árvore. Na cabeça do outro caiu. Na cabeça dela nasce.
Try it.
Se o Newton soubesse disto, muita coisa estava por explicar hoje em dia. Muita. Tá bom.
It's a real apple.
Não, é um pêssego.
Later, when I finally decided to leave, I looked up through the gaps in the branches.
É de brincar, é de borracha.
Blooming flower atop a cliff. Turns out, even without an apple, inspiration may yet strike.
Bem, pelo menos fome
If I
ela não
hadn't
passa,
stood
né?
there, I might have missed that unexpected burst of beauty.
Tens uma cabeça bacana, nasce aí maçãs, é fixe.
So, maybe this is enough. Let's put aside heavy thoughts and continue our walk with a clear mind.
I'm starting to understand why Carlotta calls you Topaz.
Is that so? But I'm nowhere near as dazzling as the sun. If anything, I'd rather be like Icarus in the story. Soaring freely in the sky, even if it means falling in the end. sense the melody of an instrument close by. Let's search for it.
Por que é que ela tem a câmara de fotografar ali? Eu parto tudo.
A harp. It's in excellent condition, but its tone is flat and dull. Let's keep it for now and see if there are any other instruments nearby.
Ok. Não sei porque é que ela tem. O que é isto? Um saco de batatas?
Is that a lute?
Ah, pensava que era isto, estava aqui ao lado.
Its echoes are faint. Perhaps because it's been abandoned longer than the previous two. I'll need some time to decipher it. Wait. The sound may be weak, but there's an undeniable strength to it. Rover, behind you!
Behind you! Behind!
It seems this lute likely belonged to a member of the Poet Society. Which is to say, it holds the melodies they left behind. Oceans, bow before me. My blade, purge all evil. Be gone, wicked soul. Guide my blade. Judgment.
One with the sound. Down with the curtain!
Overture. A perfect chord. The timbre also matches. I believe this lute is exactly what we've been looking for. Sometimes, even when the instruments are the same, the performer's mood can change the entire sound. For example, this lute doesn't seek to boast. It speaks softly, like a traveler sharing a story over tea in the warmth of an afternoon. The true purpose of music is to express what words cannot. Rover, if there's something you want to say but can't put into words, if you sing it, maybe I'll understand.
But I haven't even heard you sing yet.
Me? Perhaps another time. Once all this is settled, I'll perform for you. Be sure to listen closely then. Now, it's in the lute's hands. I hope this melody holds a tale worth telling. Listen. I hear something up ahead. It seems like an interrogation room. This melody carries the weight of the Poet Society interrogation. Let's keep moving. Take care with each step. The melodies left by these instruments are extremely fragile. The realm we're about to enter will appear fragmented. We may find ourselves straddling vast rifts.
Estás a querer dizer o quê? Que eu tenho que ter cuidado?
A single misstep could draw us into other melodies, leaving us lost within them.
Onde é que eu meto os pés? Então, mas isto é fácil, isto tem um caminho aqui pelo meio. Não tem nada que saber. Eu não vou meter os pezinhos ali, né? Óbvio. Nem consigo ver o fundo. Eu não consigo ver o fundo, não meto lá os pés. Eu só meto os pés onde eu vejo o fundo.
Farrell of the Golden Anthem. Know that Imperator is stern, yet merciful. The Codex teaches us that those whose sins are cleansed by the sea shall remain blessed by the sea. it is a grave offense to slander the Sentinel. This includes your claim that the Sentinel's true form is a steed of the skies. I was told you found this lie carved on a lithograph. In the face of the tempest, a giant celestial steed carved a path for the Ark. How absurd. If you admit you were mistaken at tomorrow's trial and reveal where you have hidden the evidence, I will move mountains to protect you and your companions. Remember, Imperator only responds to repentance, not silence.
I'm sorry, Sir Acolyte. I'm doing my best to cooperate. Please don't mistake my silence for defiance. It's just, this room is freezing, and I've caught a chill. Makes it hard to talk. I'm afraid that by the time I see the Sentinel, I will have lost my voice entirely. Perhaps then, they will judge you for silencing a poor transgressor's confession.
As long as you repent and help us destroy those blasphemous poems and songs, the Sentinel shall show mercy. You are a wise man. I trust you will make the right choice. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Farrell. I will always be here should you wish to receive the Sentinel's mercy.
No need to worry, Sir Acolyte. In fact, I'm beginning to enjoy the cold.
Neither official nor private records show them as having ever repented in the Cathedral of Mercury. This melody is fading fast. Let's check if there's anything nearby to amplify it.
I understand what Farrell was trying to do. We're not adventurers or mighty resonators. We don't even have the time or ability to determine whether that lithograph is real or fake. Farrell only wanted to share the voice of uncertainty. He hoped someone might understand his doubts. Our fate has been sealed. All we can do now is choose what we believe and carry what we hope to be the truth to our graves.
They don't sound like they're full of hatred at all. If anything, they appear to have anticipated what would happen. During the interrogation, they kept their composure and did not offer fierce resistance. In fact, they even showed sympathy for the interrogator.
Everything seems to revolve around the Order. Could they be the ultimate mastermind behind this?
We don't know that for certain. But at least we now know the Poets Society would never place a curse on Raguna.
Farrell's gone mad. He ought to have hidden the truth in our secret study. Why would he slip this dangerous knowledge into his poems and hand them out to children? We ought to have buried the truth.
Buried the truth. It just occurred to me. Is that our mastermind's true aim? Not only to bury the past, but also to silence those who know the truth. Like you. To that end, he stirs panic to deepen Ragonese prejudice against the Poet Society, using this opportunity to create monsters born from our words. Words and music are weapons without form.
I knew this was to be our fate. From the moment we uncovered that lithograph, I knew it would come to this. Still, I have no regrets. But if the Sentinel's true form is a flying steed, what does that make the Imperator we've pledged our faith to? All this time, we've been living nothing but a lie.
The Order's stance is that the Poet Society concealed blasphemous works. Yet the Order themselves concealed the lithograph's existence. What were they afraid of? That's right! You must have seen the Sentinel in the inverted tower. To keep the Sentinel's true form a secret, the Order ruined the Golden Anthem's reputation. The melody is fading faster now and becoming unstable. We should leave. We can continue our discussion later.
Where is this place? A study? Chacona, are we... Chacona? We must have gotten separated.
Não é aquela que está ali ao fundo?
Say, even a
Ela?
slight misstep could draw us into other melodies. Am I...
You are to build a home here, like seabirds. Dwell upon the water, just as countless stars dot the night sky. I don't know if what I'm feeling is right or wrong. They were clearly the Sentinel's cantors. Why would anyone call them criminals who insulted divinity? This is a poem I've never seen before. It's so different from what they used to write. Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone. I am the sea
É ela,
wind
quando era
that
mais pequenita,
ravines
man.
walls. I
Aqui,
am
Alcuna.
the dawn that breaks through thorns. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing and whose true form I behold. A flame, celestial steed, true form I behold. The night sky will be illuminated by wings of flame, and I shall be reborn in immortal poetry.
Because they cannot banish the truth, the Order of the Deep instead banished us to the sea. Our thirst for truth is why we were cast out. No matter what, remember this. The truth will always exist. And the truth is gold that is unafraid of the fiercest of flames.
I can't get through, but the sounds are coming from over there. What is this place? Who are you?
She's always been distant and aloof, but her true melody is both heavy and fragile. Chacona Toccata. As long as you still draw breath, lift your eyes and look. With this poem, your life is eternal.
Rover? Rover, are you all right? Finally, I got you out of there. You must have been drawn into a different melody on our way out.
I just walked into a study and ran into a strange little girl. She seemed quite taken with the Poet Society's work. She mentioned a name. Chacona Toccata.
I see. I don't know who you met, but Toccata is my family name. As I said before, For family matters, let the past stay where it belongs. Just call me Chacona. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Well, we have made some progress.
Vocês não sabiam o nome dela ainda?
Give me a
Não
hint
sabiam?
on what to do next. Yes, seeing as they banished the Golden Anthem, we might find more clues in the Cathedral of Mercury.
Ai, algum caralho. É longe que dói. Não é? Longe que dói? Ver, o gajo salta no sítio, ele não salta para a frente.
The show begins. One more time.
A divine envoy then. These'll last a while.
Filha da... Hã? Ok. Deixa eu ver uma coisinha. Ver o que é que a gente ganhou para aqui. Boa. Esta merda aqui é que não há meio de andar, man. Eu já estou no 21, puto. Eu já estou no 21 e esta merda não sai da design. $159. Ah, pera. Pera aí. Aqui não dá ainda, né? Aqui não dá ainda.
Sometimes I get the power to...
It's time for another adventure?
E pouquinho, faz mal. Bora. Boa, aumenta, boa. É bom. É bom. Ela está quase no máximo já da arma. Falta só o nível. O nível ainda tem que dar uma vez ascende. Feitinho. Tudo. Ok, nível 37. Isto tem aqui uma arena e não tem aqui nada. Whimpering Waste. Vamos dar um? Da merda. Ah, cara, aquilo é ali. Aquilo é ali. Aquilo é ali. É ali dentro. Cadê? É na casa do cara, é isso. Ah, pera. Caraças, eu carreguei no X, juro. Caraças, que ela ia de boca no chão.
Have you found her yet? No.
She's not here either. Greetings, sisters.
Então, temos que ir à procura de quem? Da freira? Uma freira qualquer?
Someone dressed like us who likes to walk
Não é a
with her
freira
head
do coisa. Do bispo, não?
Razor doesn't like walking with her head down. She must have gotten into some trouble. We're in the Order's choir. We're rehearsing hymns to sing at the ceremony. Razor is our lead chorister. We took a break from rehearsing to play hide and seek. But when the time ran out, we couldn't find her.
Ah, foram jogar às escondidas e ela está escondida até agora, né?
She hasn't smoldered as much since rehearsal started.
know,
Vocês são
while
malandros.
you're rehearsing.
The teacher says it's a hymn to honor the brave knights and the sentinel's guidance.
É.
But Razor says the hymn was written by
Onde é que está o professor?
criminals.
Deixar os miúdos assim sozinhos? Isso não. Ok, então.
Well, which way did Racer go? We can help you look for her.
Really? She went that way.
Então se vocês sabem por onde é que ela foi, para que é que precisam de ajuda? Epá. Olha, e vocês não têm aqui nenhum adulto com vocês? Não? Ai, o caraças. Meia dúzia de crianças, sozinhas, no meio de... Sem nenhum adulto aqui. Sem um único adulto aqui. Pronto. 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 É isto que o jogo está a ensinar. É isto que o jogo está a ensinar. Pronto. 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 Olhem. Tem ali meia dúzia de crianças, estão sozinhas, precisam do adulto. Está bem? Nós vamos à procura de uma que já desapareceu. Olha. Quer dizer, o jogo... vai cair o jogo aqui? Não. Ficou amarelo? Não. E portanto, o que é que vocês têm que fazer? É assim. Convém estar lá um adulto. Porque uma criança já desapareceu. As outras vão pelo mesmo caminho. O que é isto? O que é isto? Quem é que estava aqui a cantar? Ah, é ela, encontrei-a. Puto, a tua voz estava muito colada no meu lado. Tipo, a voz dela estava muito aqui, muito.
Such a beautiful voice, isn't it?
Tão pequenati.
You're the laureate. And you are?
Rover.
My name is Jacona.
A friend of mine.
Don't be scared. We're only here so that you can finish your game of hide and seek.
Hide and seek, right. Myron and the others are waiting for me. Sorry I've caused you trouble.
How about a little chat first? Something's troubling you. I can tell.
What? Of course not. The ceremony is coming up, and the choir still has so much to rehearse. I'm fine.
Young ones today have so much talent. If I had the chance, I'd love to learn how to sing hymns. You know, our laureate here definitely knows how to sing hymns.
It's just... Before the performance, the choir has to listen to the same music, recite the same lyrics, and do the same rehearsals every day. What's more, the hymn we're practicing, it was composed by bad people. Teacher calls them heretic poets. Myron and the others never complain. They're always eager to sing praises to the Sentinel on stage. But now their dreams are all dashed because of me. Myron, Patero and Cheer's voices are in perfect harmony, but I can never keep up. And I don't like this hymn. Myron and the others are too young to realize that heresy is a grave offense, but I know. I just don't understand why the Order wants us to sing songs written by criminals. The more I thought about it, the more out of rhythm I became.
In the end, I could barely sing at all. That song just now. I've already forgotten how it's supposed to sound.
Well, what do you think a hymn should sound like?
A hymn, as the books state, is a song of praise for the sentinel who leads the lost to the abundant lands.
No, not that. I mean, how does it make you feel? Try to remember what you were feeling when you were singing alone in the corner just now.
Oh, I didn't want to hold everyone back. And I really wanted to help everyone have a great performance at the ceremony.
Then hold on to that feeling. Let's rehearse again. You don't have anyone sitting in on your rehearsals, do you?
Uh-huh. No.
Well then, the laureate and I will be the first to hear you perform.
This is a cathedral. That's the choir on stage, with the Poets Society leading them. Looks like it's a ceremony of some kind. It sounds like...
On the surface, yes. The Order certainly upheld Raguna's prosperity and stability. The poets, praised for their songs to honor the Sentinel, earned the Order's favor. Despite their banishment, their works still serve the Order's cause today. But this, my friend, doesn't strike the right chord we need to follow. Simply knowing the Order once stood with the poets doesn't reveal the true reason behind their banishment.
This is a cathedral. That's the choir on stage, with the Poets Society leading them.
Isto será que é mesmo uma opção, man?
Looks like it's a ceremony of some kind. It sounds like...
Não.
It sounds like a song celebrating the knights who defeated the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven. Wait, someone's approaching the stage.
Degenerates! Arrogant hypocrites, every last one of you! You have no idea what happened! Not at all! Has the Order reduced our sacrifices to mere tales to be told over tea? The Sentinel's blessing! Ah! Where were you when we fought the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven? Where were any of you? Where was the Sentinel? We didn't fight for the Sentinel or for the damned Order. We fought for ourselves. You're nothing but hypocrites.
This is madness! Who is this madman? Someone remove him from here immediately. Do not be deceived. All knights who rode into that battle wielded swords sanctified by the Order. They fought in the name of divinity.
What he said about the common folk, is it true? Tell me,
Were they also sent to fight at Whisperwind Haven?
What a mess. I suppose this incident is what changed the Poet Society. Strange. Why is this passageway so long? This is the same study I stumbled into in the Realm of Melodies.
Afternoon tea! Yes, please. Your tea and biscuits, miss. I'll reapply the medicine once you've finished. Next time, no more climbing walls. Understood? It wasn't just for fun. I was trying to... There, I understand. You've always been a curious child. You saw something terribly interesting and snuck out to take a closer look. Wait. Is it raspberry? My favorite. Huh? Ow! Look at this. This book says the flower doesn't live long. But that's silly. I know it can survive the coldest of winters. Maybe one day, I'll become a great bard. A proper one, who never makes mistakes like this. Miss, this study is a secret. You must never tell a soul. I understand. But I've always wondered, why do people say they're guilty? There are so many interesting poems and songs here. Why won't Father let me see them? Oh, you'll understand when you're older, miss.
Oh, what splendid singing! Even the laureate was enraptured.
Racer did wonderfully. Thanks to you, I figured it out. Sincerity is what truly matters when we pray and sing praises to the Sentinel.
Yes, a hymn isn't just a few lines of history. It is shaped by your feelings and experiences. A hymn may differ in each person's eyes, but its resonance and meaning are universal. I hope you'll give the audience a spectacular performance on the day of the ceremony. So, what did you see in Razor's melody?
The Poets Society was criticized for glorifying the knights over the common folk during one of their hymn performances. Their assumptions were challenged, so they traveled to the knights' encampment at Whisperwind Haven to verify the truth for themselves.
This incident may have been the turning point for the Poets Society. Did you find any other clues? Next time we venture into the realm of melodies, perhaps we should tie our hands together to stop you from getting lost. If the Order's choir is pointing us to Whisperwind Haven, then that's where we'll find more clues. Let's go. I've heard of these knights during my travels. This should be where their old encampment stood. But there don't seem to be any instruments, poems, or music here that carry the memory of a melody. Let's try searching the area first.
Tinha aqueles chonés lá embaixo. Estão sempre à batatada, né? Uns com os outros. Bravo!
These bonfire poets were no doubt members of the Poet Society. The note says they had wandered the area looking for inspiration.
Estão à porrada ali embaixo, oh, tchau, né? Vamos conversar para outro sítio, estão à porrada. Olha aí o barulho, pá! É pá.
The knight's challenge has arrived. Purge the impure. A divine envoy, then. Oceans, bow before me. Gales purify, sounding the death bell. Exonerate. Windstorm, sweep all away. Guide my way. No mercy.
Swift and resolute.
Pronto. Acabou a brincadeira.
Leave it to me. None shall whisper.
Guide my blade. Ha! Strike! A divine envoy, the trial isn't over yet. True form, revealed at last. Tide, rise and crash! My blade, purge all evil! A divine envoy, then. Heavens, descend!
Swift and resolute. Let me be there for everyone.
Sometime the power to...
Time for another adventure?
This was the last stop on their route. Oh, the view just now as we soared in the sky was just breathtaking. What is it? Has anything come to mind? Yes. How did I miss that? The wind is the finest recorder of melodies. It rises from the